Hello, and welcome once again to Ratava's 79's 3.5 World Building Campaign Improv, whatever the hell we call this shit. We're going to play some D&D and we're going to have some fun, and we hope you enjoy watching, participating, chatting, and all the rest of the stuff that comes with it. But it has been a month since we last played. I was sick, so we didn't play at all. And we're going to get a recap in here. So, Darla, why don't you take it away and tell everybody what happened last game?
Okay, so last game, we left the house. The monkeys are our friends. When we came back to the group, the all of the carts had gone except for our people with our cast group. They waited for us, and one cart from the Duke cast that was in the back with a bull that is left over, but nobody's in it. And then we found out that Caliph told everybody that he fixed the problem. Oh, we fixed the problem with the mushroom eaters. We killed the lady. Um, we found more information out about what's going on in the land through the ape man that took us to the house and through investigating the house more, where we went down into the basement and unfortunately, Kargon did a dumb and disappeared. So now he's in like some frozen tundra. So Kargon is no longer with us. And we ended up going back again. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself now, but we ended up going back again to the group, and that's where we found out Caliph said that he and his group ended up killing a demon that was a part of the woods, and he left with the Amazonian ladies to go down into the valley and
All right, so Discord just totally froze for me. Give me 1 second to try to correct the problem. Yeah, it seems like I've completely lost Discord. Hello, can anyone hear me?
I can now. Everybody was frozen there until you and Josh.
Dude, that was weird.
Yeah, that was like mid sentence, everything just locked up. I didn't know if it was
Yep.
just me or if it was everyone.
no, it locked up on me too. So I don't know how much people got of what I said or not. So
Oh, give me 1 second. You locked up after killing the people.
Yep.
we killed the hag.
Yeah. And then Kargon did a dumb and was in a frozen wasteland, and then you froze.
And then we
Oh,
jumped in a basement or something?
well, we went down into the basement and Kargon did something and ended up in a frozen wasteland. He transported himself there, and we discussed going in using the hole, like having me getting shrunk down and using the hole to get all of Kargon's stuff. But I don't know if I would like die immediately if I ended up like going there. So we just decided to go back and tell all of our group, along with the one cart left in the Duke cast, what happened, where we killed the hag and took care of the mushroom problem. And then come to find out, Caliph had said that he and the Amazonian women were the ones that actually fixed the problem and basically lied to everybody. And then we decided that we were going to go
Oh,
down.
pieces of shit.
Yeah, they took the credit for not doing a goddamn thing. So, yeah, that's a thing. And we ended up deciding that we were going to go down the cliff and into the valley.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything?
No, that pretty much sums it all up. Finer point since you weren't here, Josh. While they were looking around your house, some of them talked about breaking shit, and that upset you, and you just kind of started cleaning the place, feverishly cleaning it. Because, like, in your mind, you had to get rid of anything that was left over of her, because this is now your house. They went into the basement, like she said, and found how this house itself is like one large alchemy set. And, excuse me, part of the contraption was broken by Kargon. They left shortly thereafter, and now you have just finished cleaning your house, and you know that a piece of it is broken. Your brother agrees to stay behind so you can go and catch up with the rest of them so you can fix your house.
Wait a minute. That he can't stay behind because he was with us and told the town people what happened.
Yeah, and then afterwards he went back to check on his brother and agreed to stay behind with the Dandrick.
Alrighty.
That seems a reasonable enough excuse for why they're not here today, right?
Yeah, they can leave the house. We can leave the house. They can protect it. I feel safe leaving my brother there, and the Dandrick loved being out there anyway. So I mean, yeah, I'm totally okay with that. And I want to go. The wizard really wants to go make something blow up.
All right, well, it's what you would catch back up by the morning of whichever day this is by now. You're in that clearing still. I believe I shared the map. Everyone has the map.
Yep.
Josh, you
Okay.
appear to be talking silently again.
Which theme are you using? Are you using Gap?
So you guys are located where the large green circle and oh shit, this whole thing never went live when I fixed it. All right, well that's fixed now. At least I hope it is. No, that just screwed everything up again. Son of a bitch. We're just having some lovely technical problems all of a sudden. That first lockup just kind of screwed everything up after that.
You're silent again, Josh.
It's good because what I was saying made me sound really stupid. It's like one of those moments where you're talking to yourself, like, dude, why did you do that? Like,
All right. We're back up and running. We're cooking with gas. So, Drake, who won't be here for another hour, he's organizing the handful of guards that you have left. Um, you got a new caravan, a new group of people. You have been split in half. Well, Yeah, you have a little less than half. Caliph had left. The rest of the caravan stayed behind waiting for your small group, just like you guys saved the ones when the shit hit the fan with the elves. It's morning, breakfast time. You got about a 6 hour pass along the upper ridge line before you make the sculpted trail that leads down off of this cliff. Um the 6 hours go by. We'll say like the first wagon is Drake and the guards that you have left taking point. The middle is you guys with the rest of the people, and the end is the Dewcast cart with another couple of guards. What I am going to need from everyone, and I will get to your private message in a second, Josh. Okay,
That's cool.
you four or you two who are chilling in the very first cart that you guys ever had, and everyone's all split and spread apart and everything now, trying to get what supplies you have left. One of you needs to roll an animal handling to keep your horses in check along this really thin ridge line.
There.
Are you gonna give it a shot at all, Josh? Or should I say Darwin?
I can't. I'm not trained in it.
Ah, all
That's one
right.
of those ones you can't use untrained, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Darla, the horses, they're getting a little spooked as you're going along this edge. You know that the ground below you was sculpted by druids to make it easier for your wagons to get down. And they're getting a little unruly and hard to control. And that is right as you start the descent. So we figure you woke up at daylight, 6, 7 a.m., 6 hours. So it is 11 o'clock in the morning, and you are starting the descent, this forward slow march on this
Okay.
sculpted path down the road. Uh, Josh, roll me a dex check as the horses are unruly and the wagon is really rocking and moving. A reflex save, excuse me. So you notice,
I'll totally take that first one.
um, either way, you notice Josh in the back is getting tossed around. Darwin, you're starting to fall forwards to where she's sitting trying to control these horses.
All right, real quick, I want to look. I'm gonna look for my spells real quick, see if I have something to help, like
Okay.
keep myself still. You can keep going though.
All right. Darla, roll me another animal handling.
Woohoo!
There you go. All right. So you make it and you're going down. You were several hundred feet up in the air. So it is slow going and it takes hours and hours and hours to descend down this cliffside. But you finally figured out how to handle these horses the right way and keep everything moving and apply the brakes so the thing doesn't skid out of control. And as you're approaching the bottom, you only have like two wagons in front of you, right? So you
Okay.
can see those two iron golems that that had the Entbanes. They're standing there, and they have the two Entbanes skewered with like this ridiculously large broadsword, and one of them is pointing south into the woods, almost like it's a road sign. You were all told when you got to the bottom, you would know which way to go to meet up with Caliph. So now's your deciding factor. Are you going to go south, or are you going to go what looks to be a pretty easy trail to the north to where the thinnest place and cross the river? Which is what Darwin, the other Darwin, and the Dandrick were both in favor of.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We all decided that we wanted to not go with Caliph because we didn't trust him.
Okay. Drake and a few of the guards chooses to stay at this signpost should you guys encounter any trouble or in case Caliph tries to rush us from behind. So a couple of the
Okay.
dwarfs, a couple of the orcs, a couple of the guards, and Drake stay back at the golems. And you guys push north. So you followed this trail here. And you're heading that green arrow I just put along this ridge line.
I don't see a green any. Okay, wait, I see it now.
It doesn't look particularly green, but I see the arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're looking at another 6 hours of travel, or about 4 hours of travel because it's easier to get back up here and then along to where the river is the thinnest. Right here.
Okay.
Let me clear some of these pointers. Oh, that's all of
Where'd it go?
them. All right, so you're traveling that way, trying to get to right here, where the river is the thinnest. So by nightfall, you're going to be.
Are there any trees or anything like that in the area
To the
that we're going to
south.
be going to?
To the south is the thick forest like you left, but now you're getting to these you've never seen before large bamboo type stalks. Uh they're definitely trees, but trees that you're not used to. It's almost like palm trees and bamboo and very tropical type vegetation. And the ground is very marshy if you get off of the obvious what looks to be animal paths and trails for large, possibly even roads. So before you start making some random rolls for traveling north, is there anything you want to do with your spells? Okay, you're muted again.
Fucking, I'm gonna punch things. Can I During that travel, can I read that book to try and learn one of the new spells?
Go ahead and take 3 rolls. That'll catch you up to here.
Intelligence, correct?
Yeah, it's give me a second. Nope. So what spell was that?
I thought you said I would learn one of them at random.
All right, you had a specific book. It wasn't
Yep,
at
I'm looking
random
for it right now.
because if you failed, you lost that spell. It's a soggy book that you were trying to translate, and it's waterlogged. So if you succeed, you learn the spell. If you fail, not only do you learn the spell, but you have translated it wrong in the book. You're not going to be able to get that spell out of that book again.
Alright, so I already have identify reduced person. Um, Unseen servant is the one that I casted for.
Okay, so go ahead and just cross Unseen Servant out. Because you cannot learn it out of that book again. You got 2 more rolls, pick 2 more spells.
Alright, I'll go with Mage Armor first. I'll delete it after this one. Silent Image.
There you go. Okay, and that'll catch you up to where you are for this travel. So, right before you guys start to venture north, Drake decides he's got enough muscle standing back at this guard post that he can actually come with you. So the excuse for why you weren't here is you were going to make sure that that the caravan moving north didn't get jumped from behind. And basically all you missed is they traveled along the ridge, down the thing, found the Ent Banes and Golems pointing in which direction you could find Captain Caliph. And they decided to go the other fucking direction. So a small contingent of orcs, dwarves, guards are staying back at that signpost to make sure the caravan doesn't get jumped from behind. Dedandric and the other Darwin are staying back, keeping this Darwin's house safe. And you travel north. So you're all caught up. I need at least one person to roll me a percentile for the first hour you were traveling north in this new land. Somebody roll it. First one I see, I'm taking. Drake, as you are leading this first little group, you see a weird twist of smoke and twinkle of light, and in a whoosh, there is a slightly small wagon pulled by.
Size wagon.
What's that?
I got full size wagon. That's a full size horse pulling it.
A full-size wagon with a full-size horse with rather small wheels and rather small windows, and like it's like a full-sized Vardo but with very small doors and windows built into it. And it's just kind of whoosh as you hear a voice yelling in disgust. And Aaron, as I said, you were traveling south. You were plagued. Last thing you remember, you and your wagon was about to go off a cliff. And right before you hit the bottom, you find yourself here. And one of the wheels of his wagon is broken, so you guys would have to go around him or help him. And action.
Hi. 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 Hello.
Hello? Where are we? Where am I?
I don't know. Where are you? You're in there. I'm out here.
I'm driving the wagon.
We don't know where we're at either.
Yeah, you're sitting at the front of the wagon, but your wagon's not moving. You got a broken wheel.
I know, that's why I'm asking where the hell I am.
Oh, okay.
The other side of the waxwoods. Yeah, that's where we're at, isn't it?
Where are you from?
I'm from insert home of halflings where you're from. I'm from where you're from. I recognize you.
Wait.
But I thought the waxwood was to the west. We didn't go through the waxwood.
Where?
Yeah.
Wait. I'm
Yeah, we
confused.
did.
You
No,
weren't with us.
no. We went south.
You weren't with
You went
us.
south. Huh. Well,
You went through
so
the
that's
desert.
funny.
Yeah, where am I?
On the other side of the waxwoods, like I said.
We
What's your
west.
name, good sir?
That's nowhere near where I was a couple of minutes ago.
Huh.
How did I get here?
Do you remember the background story that I gave you, Aaron?
This is my character asking him how the hell I got to the other side of the waxed wood.
I was just making sure that
Oh.
you remembered it. That's all.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
I don't remember any of the names. Luckily, she's a halfling, so I'm from where she's from.
Well, I don't remember you from where I'm from, but that's okay because it was. Oh shit. Um. Okay. Hello. I don't remember you, but if you remember me, that's okay. You shouldn't. I didn't really leave the farm much, but I
We didn't really
did.
know each other. I just recognize your face.
But don't tell anybody because I left my family behind. But anyway, you said you went that way, and I went that way. Okay,
Yeah.
so you went that way, and I
How
went
did I
that.
wind up here?
I don't know what happened.
You dinged your head. That's what you
I was,
did. There was
I
a
was
ding on
falling.
your head.
The whole way. I was just about to die, I think.
Where were you
And then
at?
suddenly I was here.
But where were you when you almost died?
Were you sliding
Falling
down
off
the
the
hill?
cliff.
You were that way. You were that way.
No, I was notably that way.
Oh, you were that way. But you said you went that way, and south
No,
is
we went
that.
south, but I
That.
was notably up from where I am right now a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. So you
I
were there. You were there.
falling.
You were down there, and then you were up there, and then you were falling down here. And now you're
No,
here.
I was falling down there, and then suddenly I was here.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Then some really interesting things have happened to you.
Oh, yeah. Some interesting things sound like they happened to you. So, did you go? You went through you went through the desert. What's a desert like?
Hot.
Hey. What's your name, stranger? I see we've got that you don't know how you got here, and you didn't leave with us, but here you are now, in our way with a broken wagon, which looks like it could be easily fixed. But before we move forward, good sir, what is your name?
What is your name?
My name is Cade Highhill. And what is yours?
Drake Longmire. Pleasure to meet you. Now let's see if we can't get this wagon fixed.
That would be excellent. Weren't there a lot more of you that went west, though?
We already reached west.
Yeah, but weren't there a lot more of you when you left?
Yeah, they went that way.
We should F those guys.
We got tired of them because their treachery is unspeakable.
Treachery?
They're not very good people.
Treachery.
Who
Treachery.
betrayed? How? What?
Caliph. Treacher.
You know Caliph?
Not offhand, no.
Well, I mean, have you heard the name?
Not off. Well, I'm sure I've heard it for somebody, but I have no idea who you're speaking of.
Okay, you haven't heard it offhand, but did you hear it on the right hand?
As a Viscani halfling from Endui, I doubt you would have had any real dealings with Caliph, but you would you would have remembered the name as being like the highest captain of the guard. For the barony. But you never
I have no
interacted
idea who
with him
Caliph is.
personally.
I have no idea who Caliph is.
You see that?
That's a good thing.
It says,
So yeah. So we'll fix the
Treachery.
wheel. Well, in treachery.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that while talking about that while fixing the wheel, but treachery.
Treachery,
Something
yes.
has happened.
Treachery.
Okay, so that red block.
Details?
Treacherousness.
The road, and you can fast travel to it.
It's pretty bad.
Caliph killed the guy because
Yeah.
he said he was working with the elves that were supposed to. And the elves aren't really elves, they're people, and they're people that were a part of the mushroom cult, and they entrapped the monkeys, but the monkeys are our friends now. And Caliph, he said that he did the thing that we did, and he's a liar and a cheat, and not in a good way.
There's a good way?
Treacherous.
I suppose the good way would be to be bad at it so you get caught quickly.
I don't get caught. But apparently, Drake is starting a lawnmower.
And firing a Tommy gun.
As you're chit-chatting, he just kind of looks it over and really easily is like, oh yeah, it's just going to take this, that, and the other thing, and gets to work and fixes the wheel. It takes him about 20-30 minutes.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir.
Longmire. Name's Longmire.
Yes, sir is an honorific.
You're not wrong. So, you were traveling with the group south and then was blinked here. There was something about going down a hill.
No.
Was you-
Falling off a cliff.
Oh, going down a hill that is a cliff.
No,
Okay.
going off a cliff. Yeah.
He was going up a cliff and then he fell down.
Alright, well, you want to join our wagon? We're going in the same direction.
I imagine that's a lot better than being on my own out here, yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's help him unload his stuff, guys, and take all the scrap down and break down his wagon so we got extra pieces.
No. We have a wagon.
I'll set it on fire.
No. I have a wagon.
It's his house. Why would you hurt his house? How would you like it if he went to your house and burnt your house down?
I don't have a house. I do have a house, but he wouldn't be able to do that. He would die before he got too close.
Really? You're here.
I'll kill you now. You don't play with my house. You don't play with a man's house. Alright?
Exactly. That's why you don't burn my wagon. This
Your
wagon
wagon's broken. Yours is broken. I
No, it's
mean,
not. I
just
just fixed it.
fixed it.
His house is fixed.
Yep. And
He
with the
can
way
build his own house.
and with the way his Vardo is, he's going to kind of have to be the lead of the wagon train unless you guys want to try to move around him, which takes you into swampier ground.
Well, fuck.
You.
He's just gonna have to go. So let's just go. Because we're gonna run out of light. And then we're gonna have to camp in swamp. And I don't know about swamps at night. I've heard nothing but bad things.
Since you guys have a plan of some sort, would one of you like to join me so that there's someone up front who knows where we're going?
I'll go.
Yes. You go, Darwin. Join him. And then we can talk to him more about what the West was like. And how it was won.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
I was biting my tongue earlier to avoid saying, "Oh, I must seem trustworthy."
Yeah. Alright,
So we keep going then?
Yeah, give me
I
one
think that's the
second.
plan,
I'm
yeah.
trying to get to something I had forgotten.
Fordo, I shall see thee.
Sorry about that, guys. Just got out of work and whatnot, trying to participate. Didn't mean to chew into the mic. I apologize for that. That was rude of me.
Nope, there was no
Don't recall
chewing.
hearing that.
Dick.
Motherfucker.
You were actually good. You didn't get it. We didn't get any chewing in the mic.
Awesome. So we have a new halfling. Oh, not a fucking another one.
2 people I can make extra short.
I can only barely deal with one. Darla.
Dude,
Ha.
He's not so much halfling as he is just some short dude.
we can make money off them. If I reduce person them and we get some big spiders, we could set up like arena matches.
Could we call it the Spider Fight Chronicles?
Done.
I'm gonna go with no. I don't do that.
As we're riding along, there's still enough room that his wagon is there, but I can be riding my horse and we're
Yeah.
interacting and as we're moving forward and stuff.
Yes. You couldn't get a. You can get a horse around his wagon. You couldn't get an entire cart.
Gotcha. So during this, as we're going now, I'm honestly taking a minute to take in what he looks like, what kind of wagon he's got. I mean, the horse, does it look like it's from Indui stock? Does the craftsmanship, from what I can see while I'm riding along, what am I truly seeing right now? Who and what is this guy?
So
Now, I know my roll's going to be shit on me for it, but let's do it.
Well, just as a precursor, as a guardsman, you would recognize this Vardo style of house halfling living.
Okay.
No, so the halflings were known as the farmers in the barony of Endui, and they operated out of Wheat and Rye. And there was a certain group of halflings that would always take product from one place to another. They didn't really live in Wheat and Rye, they just lived on the road. So almost like cross Viscani with truck driver.
Got you. And I remember you said something about that during my tour. I may have once or twice caravanned them, protection and stuff.
You've come across them. They usually deal with their own shit. Like usually the halflings would roll with their own crowd, as it were.
Too easy, too easy. I just want to make sure that from what I can see that this is what it is. I might pick a rock up and, or pick something, an acorn or something out of him and be like, throw it at him, make sure he's not an illusion. I know I worked on the wagon, but damn it, that, just,
Yeah.
he probably got dinged. And as we're riding along and I'm kind of mumbling to myself, looking over at everything, and I look over at him and go, you were dinged. That's what I'm going to figure. You were dinged. That's why you're here. Damn it.
We were dinged once.
What?
We dinged once.
Yes.
Not sure if that's more personal information than I need or something I don't understand.
Little A, little B, all column C.
I'm not dinged.
So the
You've
sun
been
starts.
dinged.
The sun starts going down. You can choose to try to keep pushing your wagon north. You know, as long as you stay along this cliffside, you're eventually going to get to that easiest crossing. If you push it north, you're going to have some troubles moving in the dark, unfamiliar lands, as it were.
So, what's the plan? Drake? Gosh?
All right. Plan.
The plan is to go
Yes.
there and
I don't
set
know
up.
where we're going, and the sun's going down, so I don't know what the plan is for right now, much less down the road.
Well, right now the plan is you continue moving forward, and hopefully that we find a clearing within the next 30 minutes to an hour so we can set up camp, and then we'll kind of go from there, Mr. Ding in the middle of the road. Yes.
Again, this
Darling.
ding. I haven't gotten an explanation for that either.
We'll
I
roll
didn't-
around dinner, I
Don't ding
think.
me.
What's a ding?
It's sounding
Someone-
more and more like an inappropriate thing that more
Yeah.
information than I need about the two of you.
It's really weird.
Who said
I don't
my name?
think you were there for that game, Josh.
Mm-mm.
No, that Darwin was stuck outside and never reached the door, and then by the time we got done being dinged, we appeared behind him and the door was gone.
Oh yeah, he was the anchor.
He was
So
the anchor.
yeah, a game where you and a few other people missed. They had found a magical doorway that took them to this place, and when they got back, they told you about it a little bit. They met a strange gnome dwarf, kind of like Ding that you guys know, but he called himself something else, and he threw them into the ships. Excuse me, that had traveled east across the sea, and showed them a little bit of what that journey was like. What could have been almost.
That was Shro, Ding's brother.
Yep.
Yeah, and see, when we say dinged is like literally we were there, we were doing something, and then ding, we weren't. Just kind of like you. You were there doing something, then ding, you weren't. Now
Yep.
you're here in front of us.
Gnome that looks like a dwarf. And he has a brother named Shro.
Really?
So Ding is the one that donged us. No.
Did he get you too?
So there's a term I've always used for the seemingly random teleportation of nowhere.
Oops.
Yeah, oops gate. Like, cause you're just walking along and oops, you walk through a gate. So over the next half hour, Drake finds a place that's pretty solid to set up for the evening.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, this is where we're setting up for the evening. It's pretty nice.
Okie dokie then.
You guys
All
want to
right.
set up watches?
Who the fuck made you boss?
But I have a feeling that
I've
this,
been bald forever. Where the fuck you been?
I think the new guy,
I've known you guys for a couple of hours, and I can tell he's the boss.
Shh. You make his
like
head
to
big.
I think the new guy is gonna get ding donged,
Now
Which
that's
be-
sensual.
which basically means he's gonna end up getting dinged back to where he came from. So don't get too excited.
I'll
Don't
dong
get too
you,
excited
King.
about his.
Hope that doesn't happen.
Don't
I
get
thought
excited about getting donged.
I'm about to say. I thought you were going to say something about his dong. I'm just saying.
No, not his dong. He's gonna
It's
get
strong.
donged. So don't get excited.
Oh, he's strong. Oh,
No.
okay.
He's gonna get donged. So
King
don't get
Kong.
Where's that gorilla? I thought we left the gorilla behind. Dude, if you
Yeah.
get raped by a gorilla tonight, I am sorry. I have nothing to do with that. I will try to keep you safe from getting donged by a gorilla.
I think I have missed much, much more about your trip than you have let on. Because, gorilla rape is not a phrase I ever thought I would
Dude.
use.
That must have been what happened to Kargon. He got donged, didn't he?
No, he got frozen donged.
Oh, dude.
Donged, but that's because he donged himself.
The frozen
No, no.
dong, though. But so does the frozen dong freeze before it dongs you, so it doesn't dong you as much, or?
Well, I think he dongs you for longer
Frozen
because
dog
it's.
might do more to you.
Okay, got you.
I think he got donged and then he got frozen. It was a very frigid donging.
It was.
I've heard of those.
We can touch his flesh if we want to.
All right, so you set up
Oh,
camp
no,
for
we
the
can't. He's not
evening.
there. Yeah, this conversation was happening while we were setting up camp for sure.
Of course. Do you want to set up a watch? Who's doing what?
Wait a minute. Do we have how many bodies do we have? Are we traveling with all of our NPCs? Are we traveling with some of our NPCs?
Right.
Like half of the guardsmen that stayed with you, and then like a couple of the orcs and a couple of the dwarves stayed back at the iron golems to make sure that Kalis people didn't come rushing you from behind.
All right, then.
Don't want an unexpected rear dong.
Well,
About getting donged, and we refuse to have it in the rear.
At least you're not getting ditched.
I heard a lot.
yeah, that is true.
When
All
you
right,
get the ding dong ditch, game over.
dun dun dun. All right, so out of our NPCs, I say we set a couple of them up to help do our guard. I cannot see in the dark, so either A, I will take the guard that we have now, or B, I will take the guard for the morning.
Should we
I'll do it
have
now.
Should we have a runner go back to the other guys and tell them to start following? So they're not like an entire day behind us? Because like if they can't just stay at the signpost forever.
Is that yours from earlier?
I mean, I assume there was a reason they stayed at the signpost. Has the reason gone away?
No.
They were going to stay back there and let you guys get a day ahead and then start following you, just so you have a buffer just in case.
Shit went sideways. As of right now, the way that we're traveling there. I'm sorry, dude. What's your character's name?
Cade.
Cade. We left some of our compatriots a day behind. As you can tell, the forests in the nature of this region is very dense. So for us to travel, it seems by mostly single file. We left part of our crew behind us, so this way we wouldn't be bottlenecked in case we had to do an about face and head back. And also, though, at the rate of travel with the wagons and whatnot, a well-trained rider and a good mount could reach them in plenty of time.
If nothing happened to them in the dark.
Well, that sounds like a them problem, and this is an us problem.
Well, they're with us, so it's kind of like an us problem too. Because if we kind of need the people to make the thing happen and to do the stuff, and I'm going to bed.
Good night, Darla.
Night.
I'll take first watch with one of the guards.
So, Darla, you're not going to stay up for any of the watches. Drake, you're going to stay up for either the first or the last. What about Cade and Darwin?
I'll take first.
I will take last, so that means I will go to sleep. Cade, I don't know, and I'm not going to ask him to. I'm not going to assume that he wants to. He is new to the group. If anything, he just got ding-dong ditched bediddoed. I don't mind if he sleeps, and then our NPCs, help us guard.
That's probably for the best anyways, because yeah.
Yeah, you do have NPCs that are going to be staying up on guard. It's just whether or not any of you are staying up with them.
I think the middle of the night, when it's the most dangerous, we're just going to let the NPCs die. I mean, come wake us, and we got first and last.
Yeah, Yeah, if
Okey doke.
anybody,
Well, since we're winding up the night, I'm going to walk Valen.
What's a, I've had too much today. I don't even want to know what a Valen is. Unless it's a doggy.
If you watch me, you see me go unlock the cart, and a rather sizable dog comes out of it.
It's a dog. Dogs are
Oh,
good.
you're not a ranger.
And then I lock it back up. And
I'm
then
going to sleep with my
take it for a
goat.
walk.
You let me know.
All right, so first, whoever's with the first watch crowd, roll me a percentile.
Ooh, hold on. 1 second. There we go. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, great night. Great night. Roll me a spot check.
Oh, that's gonna be dick. Ooh, my bad. Yeah.
This isn't 5e. You don't have advantage.
No, I know. I
Well, it's good. It's good. Yeah, your watch goes by great. Was anyone staying up for the second half?
No, I think what Drake is going to do, since Watch has been established, he's going to take care of his horse, rub the horse down, so on and so forth. Da 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 da. All right, guys, y'all have a great night. I'll catch you when it's my turn for Watch, and then he goes to bed.
Okay. Well, no one's awake.
Our
Well,
NPCs
the campaigns weren't dead, and they come and kill us all in the sleep.
Yeah, no. I will take a listen from everyone.
Did something wake me up?
Drake, roll me a fortitude save.
Oh boy, I heard it, and it's going to kill me.
No, you heard it loud enough that it woke you up. You hear the sounds of conflict coming from down 2 carts behind you. It doesn't seem to wake anyone else up. There's Bruges, the orc, and 2 dwarfs, and they seem to be fighting something in the darkness.
I grab my glaive and my axe and start hollering. As I'm running, is there any torches or anything? All right, so this is what I want to do. Hold on.
Yep.
When I wake up, I hear the action. I jump outside. I see what's going on, and I'm pretty sure the rest of my move is going to be like grabbing up my weaponry and yelling and moving towards.
Okay. Everyone go ahead and roll me a fortitude.
Gonna be one of those nights.
All right. So you wake up the Darrells as you're grabbing your stuff, and as you're charging forward, like hopping on one leg, pulling your armor tight, and getting closer to that edge of the torch light, the sound dies down, and it appears to be a large albino alligator that they have just put down.
Oh, no new boots. That's rare, though. Damn it, Bobby.
So go ahead and roll me a spot or a search as you're scanning into the darkness for any other possible movement, and a listen.
I don't hear shit, but damn it, I am peering through that darkness like an owl.
You see the reflective
Over here.
twinkle of light out in the distance, like a cat's eyes or a reptile's eyes. You're not sure what the eyes belong to, but you saw the reflection of the firelight.
Nah, nope, sure don't. They're there. Give them a shot.
Yeah.
With that, all right. So who's in initiative order? Or and
Yep.
it's series of bets. Who's next?
You get on scene in initiative at the end of your turn. You see that Bruges kind of pats the dwarf on the back. The two dwarfs look at you. Oh, sorry to wake you up, son.
I look at them and do either of them have a torch?
No.
Is there a torch nearby?
Way back, you're at the edge of the torchlight. It's back by the caravan. You're about, halfway up your thigh in swampy, mushy, gross ground.
Ooh, like the good mud bogs that I have to dig the cattle out of back in the day.
Yeah.
Yummy, yummy. All right, well then, because surely I grabbed my pack as I was
Yeah.
running out the door. I grab my flint and steel and light a lantern.
The three that are with you all go, ah! You gotta
No,
warn them.
I'm not gonna shine it at them. I know better. I've traveled with them long enough that I'm going to be looking this way. They will be here. They're see me opening my bag and pulling my lantern out, and I'm going, come on.
So you get a lantern look, and deeper in the swamp, you can see there's several more of these large alligators. And the dwarf is like, what are you doing putting that light up?
Well, it seems we got some more of our friends here, and now that you just killed an albino of the species, which you know is rare.
Oh, they're all albinos from what you're looking at. They're all white.
This land continues to baffle me then, with its oddities of creatures. I wonder what their cattle are like. I survey the land and start hollering for Darwin. Hey, number 17 or 26, whichever one of you bastards. Hey, Darwin. Darwin. And I start moving them guys back and then like really peering, seeing if the alligators are moving any closer to actually attack our little wagon circle.
No, as you're yelling for Darwin, you can kind of hear the one dwarf telling Bruges, like, you're not supposed to run out into the swamp, only if they're coming towards us. And he's kind of pulling them by the belt, and Bruges is like, but there's more out there. But there, no, I see, I smash. It's meat. And the other dwarfs are like, no, it's good. We don't, not in the dark. We're supposed to be guarding.
Well, they are. No, if they're hunting, and that's what pretty much I will do then if they come back. As we're walking back, I'll berate them and be like, look, man, if you guys are going to go hunting at night, considering that you're dwarves and you live in the darkness and traveled, mountains and whatever Indui lore is for them, just let the damn night watch know. So this way, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I hear some shit going off, no alarms, I can stay asleep.
And the one kind of kicks Bruges in the shin, and he's like, this bastard went charging out there. We are the night watch. Kept telling them, stay by the wagons. It's not playtime. Bruges is like, but
Which
there's
one is
so
Bruges
many
again?
new things to smash.
Is he the orc that traveled with
Dedandric.
Dedandric?
Bruges is the orc that was Dedandric's buddy.
I'll tell Bruges, man, if you want to go smash stuff and go hunting, you got to tell somebody first. And if you're going to crush something, damn it, at least bring back some meat. If you get eaten out here, though, man, that's your ass.
Oh, the dwarves did drag back the body of the alligator, so he's like, well, of course, I see meat out there, I go smash the meat, I come back, meat is nice and tender, singing boy cooks the meat, makes for happy belly.
Yeah, but you're forgetting Singing Boy isn't here.
Oh. We had somebody else to cook meat.
Yeah, let's see if you could cook some meat, Bruges. You know what? Darla would be the best one to actually ask. Yeah.
Oh.
Darla might, because her and Singing Boy were closed. What was that, number 17 of the Darwins? Maybe it was number 3. But yes, you're right, Bruges. Maybe go ask Darla right now. She wants to hear from you right now.
Okay,
I'm going
sounds
back to
good.
bed.
So, Darla, you're sleeping in the back of the wagon. You're
With my
sound
goat.
asleep. There is a wet thud. Jack the goat jumps up in the air and bleats really loud. The other goat skitters away from you as you are in your little cuddle pile. As you look up and see Bruges the orc with a big smile on his face has just slapped down a very large albino alligator carcass next to you. And he's like, Drake say you cook this.
Make me fucking town captain and shit.
Drake say you and Singing Boy do the cooking talk, so cook this.
No, I don't cook. I don't cook. What are you doing? This is a dead animal. We don't put dead animals in my bed.
He points.
She's a cook, and I point to the cart where the other chick cooked, and I go, wait until morning, and then the dwarf lady cooks. You can have her cook it. She'll cook it great.
He sighs. He kind of drops the carcass outside the wagon. Kind of plops down. Fine. And then, pulls out a knife and just starts field stripping it right there at the back of the wagon.
You got to deal with that in the morning because I know your ass go back to sleep.
It's gonna stink.
And thus ends second watch. Who was going to be awake for third? That would be you, Drake. You did not sleep your full sleep cycle. Are you going to make up for it and skip last watch?
No, I'll get up. I'm used to it. I got about 4 or 5 hours, maybe 4 hours, probably for sure. I'm good.
Okay. Anything Constitution or Strength based, you're going to be at a -1 until you can get a nap in. All right.
Can I roll a fortitude save to try to beat that? Being more hardy, used to living a life on the road, sleeping less. If I
Yeah, why
fail it,
not?
then I get burnt.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, damn. Yeah. Use up them crits now.
Yeah, more likely that's what's gonna happen when it comes time to Drake needs to show out. He'll bolo it.
That's okay. Apparently, my crits are up for grabs for other people because I just can't get shit.
Change the color of your dice.
Change the color of your dice. Yep, definitely. All right, so I got third watch, which means it's also like morning watch, getting the camp ready.
Yep.
I do my normal routine, get up, get ready, check my gear, check on the contents of the camp, and get ready for the day.
All right. Roll me a percentile to see how that watch goes.
Do. This is where I get burnt. Yeah.
All right. As third watch, as the sun comes up and you're keeping an eye back out where them alligators were, out there in the swamps, you start to see walking gators. You actually see lizard folks out there amongst the tropical trees. They look tribal by nature. They look
Leather armor that's already shaped for a person.
they are maybe Bronze Era, if you want to talk about technological advancement. And yeah, they're all white as well. And I want to say you see 8 of them.
Distance? You got like a battle map?
Yeah, I got a map out. They're about 100 yards out.
Okay. Start alerting the guards, but I'm like, no hostile movement. Let them know. And definitely start waking. I'll be like, Darla, there's snake people. As I walk by her wagon, like, hey, Darla, there are snake people out here. Oh, this is a nasty mess outside your wagon.
Yeah,
Hey,
thanks.
hey, new guy. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to remember your name. Don't be offended.
Cade.
Cade.
Cade. Yeah. See, there's Darla whispering and waking up. Cade. I know we don't know each other, but you might want to wake up. There's snake people out here. Albino snake people. By the lords of Indui, I have never seen such a thing.
As you wake up and you're
Sure, I
looking
wish
out into the swamp, you can spot what he's talking about, and it looks like a tribal group of lizard folk. They are albino. Their skins and leathers that they are wearing are also made up of albino, like they've been hunting. So it seems like albino is the common around here and not the exception.
I'm gonna go take a position. I go hide.
Okay,
You're,
you wake
you're
up the other
Yep.
Darwin there.
Yeah, and then as my on my way through the carts there and making sure that all the men are in position around our encampment, because I might just see them in one spot, but I don't know if they're surrounding us as we're doing it. I go by in the last cart. I wake up as Darwin. I'm like, hey, wake up! There are albino snake people out here. Any of your fancy books say anything about albino snake people or snake people at all? Come on, man, wake up!
You're muted.
Well, did I pass my roll?
You wake up. He directly wakes you up. You don't need a roll for that.
Okay. All right. What'd you ask me?
He said there is albino snake people out in the forest.
Oh,
Like by the
hold on,
Lord
hold on.
Bindui, I've never heard or seen this. Does your magic-y thing books say anything about this? This is some bullshit.
Um, hold on, let me check.
it's daytime, right? Or is it like
Nope.
early morning, still dark? Your
You're
microphone's off.
muted.
It's
Yeah.
within the first 20 minutes of sunrise.
So right
I
at
see.
dawn.
I say we just keep going.
Where's our end goal though?
Over there.
The
We got
end
somewhere we're
goal,
supposed to
as an
go
out of
ahead.
game reminder, the end goal was to follow this ridge to where the river is the closest and try to cross over to move west
End of the,
more.
That's
yeah.
why I was looking for trees,
Yeah.
so that way we can maybe make a bridge or something across the water if it's too deep.
Because
Yeah,
they've
because
already
we haven't made it too, so maybe these they know. All right, so yeah, cool. Thank you. But that also helps me my character get into the mindset of what he's gonna say when he talks to these people. Or when any of
they
us talk to him.
they've
Yeah.
already seen us.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if they were going to attack, they would have done it by now.
And
You
maybe they're just probing. You never know. I say we definitely meet them with like be wary. But I don't want to talk too long. All right, let's go ahead and if you're coming with me, let's meet them at least halfway or a quarter of the way. If they're 100 yards out, then maybe 50 yards out.
Wait, real quick.
When-
Does anybody have one of those spells that makes you be able to talk to all the peoples, even if you don't know their language? New guy, do you do the magic stuff?
The new guy is hiding somewhere.
You
Yeah,
didn't.
Cage is in a cage.
Yeah,
Cage.
you'd have to
Cage.
roll a
Yep.
search to if you're looking around. You'd have to roll a search to try to spot him or a spot.
That's what I'm gonna. I'm looking for the new guy.
Okay.
All right. But
As
I'm
you're
going out there to
talking and
talk to
stuff,
him.
they're about
You
100
coming with
yards
me?
away, and they are making no forward movement to you. They are looking at you as strange and confused as you are looking at them as something unique and weird and unseen in these lands.
I'll
I'm
wave.
sure.
Yeah, you spot them hiding behind a wagon wheel.
Hey, new guy. You don't hide very good, but we're gonna
I'm not
move.
hiding. I'm not hiding. I'm in strategic position.
Yeah, get in your cart because we're gonna go.
Darwin, you
Okay.
start waving.
Didn't they just go that way to check out the lizards?
As you
Yeah.
start Sorry. As you start waving at them, like you were waving at them in character, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you start waving, a couple look at each other real quick, and two of them start dancing, and you start seeing this faint green white glow just kind of emanating off of them. And like the two that looked at each other and started dancing, as they're moving around, they keep eyeing this third one, and you notice that one seems to have more like accoutrements to his armor than everyone else.
Well, if they're gonna dance, I'm gonna start dancing.
Where'd he go?
Okay, you could continue with your conversation.
It's right there.
I think you froze, Darla.
What is this?
No, I'm here.
No, your camera froze.
It
Not
did.
from my perspective.
No, she's good.
Can you see me?
On my end, you're frozen. So
Oh, it's for Canoe. That's
Apparently, only your end.
What you're gonna, Darla? You want to watch the wagons and get them ready to go? Me
Yeah,
and
and
Darla can go.
I'm gonna find somebody who can like comprehend languages out of the people that we saved, the magic-y people from the Rycast.
That's a good idea. Because I cannot do such things.
No, neither
But
can
I'm
I.
still gonna try to communicate with them.
Well, that's I don't know. Their dancing might be like magic-y because they're starting to like glow. And they might be preparing to fight us because they think that we might be trying to fight them. So let's find
They're
somebody that
dancing with us. Just start dancing.
yeah. So
I don't
after
trust it.
seeing that your waving didn't produce any kind of negative juju, and seeing that your dancing isn't making you glow, they kind of settle down their movements, and the glow stops. Like almost like they mistook your wave as if you were about to attack them. But seeing
That's how
that
big the room was.
that
I said I
wasn't your
cast fireball.
intention and no like lightning or fire shot from your hand, they stop
Ooh,
with the dancing and kind of look at each other. Darla, you find somebody amongst the Rycasts who's capable of casting that spell, and he'll cast it on one of you guys.
Not doing it this time.
I'll do it.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna go with you though for sure.
Okay. I'm gonna take a
Darwin,
I'm
you
not-
going with us?
I want to sense motive on them.
yeah, I was gonna do that too once I got closer.
Oh, we walk. Yeah, I'll walk up there with you guys. Hell yeah, if you guys
Yeah,
are going,
that's
I'm
what I
coming
mean.
with.
Let's go. Let's go do this right now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you take a couple steps forward into the swamp. You get about 10 yards in, pretty much that line where you were last night, where you killed the one alligator. So they're about 90 yards from you. And you can see that there's probably about a dozen alligators in the water between you and them.
Before we get too close, I want to use prestidigitation to make us all look really nice.
No, we're gonna walk through swamp. Dude, we're going through nasty ass swamp. Don't waste it. When we come out of the swamp, do it. Bet I have.
You look really nice from the shins up.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
do that shit. Do that shit after we come out.
All right, so I'm just they cast a spell on me, right?
Yeah.
All right. We come in peace.
Oh no.
One of the two dancers. Right now, Darla, here, I'm gonna whisper what you think their motive is. As I did with the other one.
Well, it's like up to my waist. Can I get on somebody's back?
No, but you could ride on my horse just to the edge, but don't take my horse through the bog.
Okay.
We don't need that scene here.
His horse is
Never.
pretty amazing.
My horse is pretty awesome. So
So
no.
is that horse, but we don't need that scene here.
Yeah.
You should give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins.
So you yell out, "We come in peace," and you see one of the dancers place their hand on the shoulder of the one guy that they were both looking at, and one of those alligators that are between kind of swim up close, and his head peeks out of the water, and you hear this whisper coming from his mouth. And to everyone else, it just kind of sounds like he's like gurgling and hissing. But to Darla, you hear, "What is peace?"
We just wanted to travel through and get to where we're going, and we don't want any trouble.
Trouble. What
We don't want
are you?
people.
His eyes dart to the alligator's eyes dart to Drake and to Darwin. No. What are you?
Over where I am, I just got a lion. I had to
People.
shoot at it 4 times, though. It started running at me, and I shot it in the face.
I think we're gonna be fucked.
Nah, man, we're good. We're good. Hey, while she's doing talking, I want to scan the herd of
What's he
alligators that
asking
are around
you?
us.
He wants to know what I am, what we are, and I keep saying people, and he keeps saying, "What are you?"
Tell,
Yeah, I
all
think
right, well,
that's-
tell him you're a halfling. I'm a human. We have
Oh, okay.
another halfling, and then we
I'm a
have.
halfling.
Hold
He's
on.
a human.
Hold on. As you're scanning during the first part of the conversation, Drake, you can see that a couple of them have bows that they've pulled out since you moved forward, but they have not knocked any arrows. All right. So of the 8, we'll say 4 of them have bows. No, 3 of them have bows.
Tell them we're not the people that they've heard the stories of. See if that does anything.
No.
All right.
I'll
Go ahead.
Okay. So I say I'm a halfling, and they are human, and
Halfling, where are your fins?
I'm not that kind of halfling.
Where did you come from?
Through the woods into grandmother's house, we're trying to go.
Drake, as she says, through the woods, you see a couple of them look shocked and grab arrows, so they're knocked but not drawn.
What did you say? Whoa, girl. What would you just say?
I just said, he asked where I came from, and I said we came from the woods into grandmother's house. We go.
Ask
Somebody-
him
Ask them what they know about the woods.
Or ask
What-
them what the word grandmother means.
What does the word woods and grandmother mean to you?
Ooh, what the hell is this?
Alligator man
Big ol-
or girl
There's some big ass black things.
or them?
To the east, the tainted forest.
It's not tainted anymore. We fixed it.
And you see him kind of look around, and from your distance, one of the dancers turns to two of the other, and they take off running. And they break off away from you and disappear into the distance.
Bye.
All right, I know what's going on. They're checking. Now tell them that all we want to do is just cross their lands, cross this to go to the next continent over. We just want to take our caravans and we want to keep going.
All we want to do is cross your lands and go to another area. But
Fine.
that's all.
Fine. You small ones tell many tricks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are they? And his eyes jot back to Josh and Drake.
Human
Human?
man.
What is human?
Taller me's.
Without fins.
None of us have fins. I don't know where you think halflings
He
have
keeps
fins.
asking because when she talks, she's talking in common.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna look at her and be like, "This. I wonder where this is going. What do you think, Darla?"
Okay, so he's saying that halflings have fins and we don't tell the truth. And I don't know what he's talking about because I never met a halfling with fins who doesn't tell the truth. Because
No,
I
I'm gonna
always
get.
tell the truth. I don't have fins.
What if there's a different type here?
Knowledge nature to see if maybe that because we are in such a strange land, if maybe halflings here are aquatic.
From this conversation, from what you're saying and what you know about how different species evolve, you are firm on your belief that in these lands, at least this tribe of lizard folk have never even heard of humans. At
Well, yeah,
least
this
this
is
tribe of lizard folk have never seen a halfling without fins. So so to you it is obvious that there are mer halflings of some kind, and there's no humans here.
that is very interesting to know. Um, I would like to. I look at Darlin and I explain, what I gained from my knowledge check to her, what I think, and say, now I would like to break this off peacefully, but I definitely believe they've sent runners to go see if what we
If-
speak is true.
Yeah, they're
Before we
checking.
just got-
They're checking
yeah.
the forest. They're checking the forest to see if it's still a problem because I said we fixed the problem because they said there's a tainted forest and I said no, we fixed that problem. And he keeps saying stuff about halflings with fins. I want to meet halflings with fins.
Well, if it's halflings with, ask him where the halflings with fins are from, and then tell him that we thank him. Don't fuck with us, and we won't fuck with him in your nice halfling way. And then I say we get back to the wagons, and then you're right. Let's get back on the road.
I say that. Well, sort of. I fluff it up better.
Then fluff it up.
Come on, you got this.
We would just want to go back on our travels and we just don't want a fight. We don't want you guys to attack us and we don't want to attack you. We just kind of just want to go where we have to go and be done with the going. Do you know what's over there that we want to go to?
You wish to cross through our lands.
That's what we're asking.
You come from tainted forests.
No.
Do you
you're
spread
not-
the Tate? Is the Tate this word you spoke? Peace. Are you spreading
No.
peace?
No.
Tell him we were driven out of the same lands as him,
We were driven out of
as
this.
his species.
We were driven out of the same lands as your species.
They
That's
kind
why we're
of
here.
the five that remains kind of look at each other like confused and kind of look back at you.
Do you have ask them if they have elders?
Do you guys have elders?
Let's
Why
go meet
you?
him.
The hissing sounds angry as it gargles out of the alligator's mouth. Why you try find too much of ours? No. We that tell you of our tribe. This our lands. Our lands.
We don't want to know anything then.
We
I was
don't
just
want to
trying
take your lands. No, you
Go,
can totally
you
have
go,
these
you
lands.
go,
I don't
you
want
go,
them.
you
I just
go.
want to learn the history of you.
You
I want to learn about your people.
north to where wet is gone. Where land is solid again.
Yes, but we're trying
Find
to get
the
there.
river
and we have to go
keepers.
through-
They find the river keepers.
Well, okay, where are the
Go
river
from our
keepers?
lands.
The what?
Go from our lands. And the
Wait.
the gators seem to start moving forward a little bit.
How many did I see? At least like 10 plus.
Yeah, at least a dozen. And they're large. They're large, dire-sized alligators, some of them.
So, like, okay, so I'm gonna start telling them. Okay, so they said we have to go north to where the land is not wet, and they said to go away, but he wouldn't tell me which way to go. So,
That's good.
Well, no,
And yeah.
he pointed. It's the direction you guys were going. He
oh, okay,
Yep.
go.
all right. Well, he's saying we can keep going the way we're going.
Sounds good to me. They're getting hostile.
And there's river keepers up there.
Hmm. Let's push through then.
Maybe they should already have a bridge built then. Maybe.
Yep.
All right, so
Are there any easier lands that we could get through that are a little drier to get up there? Just curious.
now where you are is you are at the base of the cliff, so you are the driest you can be
Okay.
because it
That's what I
just
was
kind of
hoping.
slopes
Yeah.
down from here.
Gotcha.
All right, so can we get to the going?
Yep, I was just pulling something up. All right, so you're traveling north. You have to get to where you thought you were going to be. You still have like another because you ran into him. It was going to be 4 hours. That happened right away. Time ticket fix it. So we'll say you got at least an hour. And you travel along rather peacefully. Out in the woods, you might spot a lizard folk scout here or there. Eventually, the land gets solid and more secure, and you can see the rushing torrent of a large river. And you watch as the river gets smaller and smaller as you keep going along the side. Now, I have a map to share. I'm not sure how well this map is going to work because it resized very strangely. And that boathouse used to be in the middle of the map.
Yeah, it's at the bottom of the map now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm glad it's not just me that it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I wasn't-
I don't know why it only took half the map, but we are at an hour and a half. So let's take our first of 2 breaks, and I'll see if I can get the map better.
Alright.
We'll call it 15.
Oh, no, I might have found her again.
And we're back. We're gonna jump right back into it. Got a new map set up for everyone. And of course, if the players are watching the stream, they get to see everything that's hidden. So hopefully you're not watching it.
No.
Nope.
All right. So you travel north along this cliffside. Excuse me.
Somebody's watching chat. If I can turn this off.
I'm getting annoyed.
All right. So what's along the cliffside?
1 second.
I know I can do it.
Oh, you're over there.
Boom.
You're a little more Paul. I'm still coming after you.
Did you bring Twitch up?
There you go. I can do that.
For you?
All right. I just wanted to throw everyone onto the map.
Oh, wait, you go.
So you're traveling up and you're going along the cliffside. About an hour goes by from where you met those lizard folk. And you start passing by this wide open space. The ground starts getting more solid. You can see there's a couple of islands, straits off of it. And there's this boathouse built onto these islands. And you see two lizard folk standing outside, and you guys are way off over here with your wagons.
She keeps fucking healing with
Nice wagons.
Right.
that thing.
Mm.
Figuring it would probably be best to leave everyone behind with the wagons, you would venture by foot across the field and over to them if that's what you wanted to do. Where you are at, you could see way down the way where it's like you are at where it's almost the closest river crossing gap. There appears to be somebody carving into the cliffside. So it would be like a speck in the distance, all of these ropes and pulleys. You can't see what they're carving, but somebody is carving into the cliffside. Probably another hour's ride north, hour and a half ride north.
For the record, when we went on foot, I went on dog.
Okay.
20 gold, he falls.
Yeah, make a riding check. Or an animal handling.
Oh, him too.
Yep.
Oh, I got a +2 on that for the saddle I got.
Yeah, 11 still doesn't cut it. You have trouble riding your dog.
You should buy more hot dogs. That's horrible. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I don't know if we speak. Do I still have that languages on
No,
me?
that only lasted for a duration. You would have to go get it cast again.
I think it's like an hour.
Let me get spot checks from everyone else. Drake already rolled me one.
Oops. Okay. 17.
Yep. Get a spot from you, Cade?
Dude.
Changing my dice did not help at all.
It doesn't look like you did, though.
I did.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
was
change 'em
black when we
again.
started the evening.
All right,
Oh,
Darwin and Darla, you notice these lizard folk appear to be like talking to something that's in the water in the boathouse.
fuck. So we don't know how to talk to these people, huh?
Well, let's go see. What maybe they know how to talk to us. So
That's true. That's true. Maybe somebody there can speak to us. So let's go there with our weapons away. But if need be, we'll be ready to blow some shit up as I play with my necklace.
okay, well I just will hide my weapons under my cloak because I don't go anywhere without my weapons because that's just
No, I'm not saying hide them. I'm just saying like sheath your sword. Put your shield on wherever, and let's just walk up there like, hey.
of course we could do that.
You're muted, Jeff.
Let's go.
Let's ride up there. Ride our horses up there just
I-
before.
Well,
I'm gonna use
I'll
prestidigitation to make us look really nice too. I'm using it. A few. Cast.
I'm riding my goat. I'm hoping to
Damn,
get
and
my
you with the D, unless the DM throws some hella DC at it, you're riding that goat like a champion.
Yeah, no, you have finally broken Jack. Jack is easier to ride now.
well,
So
I have a saddle too.
I know that gives you a +2. Yeah, no, you are confident riding Jack. Like you're actually getting him to do some jumps and shit. Because goats jump very high.
Yes, they do.
Yep. All right, well, you're on the map if you're approach.
How many movements do I get with a goat?
I mean, go ahead and
Move us in what, 30? 30?
yeah.
Come on, Brett. We're just slow trotting up there.
Okay.
We're not trying to do anything fancy or anything like that.
Unless it's
Just
me
slowly making our way.
with my
Yep,
flipping
letting us be known.
jumping. Whee.
I'm
Okay.
floating.
When you guys all get about halfway there, roll me another spot checks. These lizard folk don't seem to be paying attention to you. The one on the outside is definitely talking to something inside that covered house that the river flows through, and the one on the side is just kind of like picking little berries out of the water.
Nice. I'm so impressed by Darla's writing of Jax that I'm just mesmerized watching her bounce around. Do 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 do. Like holy shit, she did it. After all this blasted time, you've had that
So
goat what,
proud.
6 months? Daggum.
Yeah.
Little tear comes to his eye.
Mm-hmm. She learned how to ride.
You taught me.
Were they big buffaloes?
Oh yeah.
They just ran past me and almost fucking ran into me.
You should stay out of their way.
All right, Cade, I sent you your check. Oh yeah, you're riding your. You are both mounting your animals and riding them well.
They don't stay still, is what it is.
It is much easier to expeditiously retreat if I have more speed under me.
Okay. Well, I sent you a private message of what you spotted.
Hey guys, I don't think those are the same lizards.
Yeah, no, those are different lizards.
What do you
I
mean?
mean, these guys appear to be painted.
Were the other
The other
ones
ones were
painted?
albino.
No, they were all albino. This might be a different tribe.
Oh, I bet you. I bet you. I wonder if they're warring.
We'll find out here shortly.
Yeah.
So
I don't see shit.
from where you get Drake, inside you just see like this little face in the water, and the one lizard is talking to the face in the water, and it's kind of this like sing song kind of a language.
I'm moving up closer. I'm going right up to the edge. Like, not right up to the edge, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm going up to the water, like the edge of the water.
The lizard kind of picks its head up. It turns and looks. Darla, as it's turning and looking, when you get 5 feet from the water, the large owl that everyone noticed in the tree lets out a very loud screech, and both of the lizard people look up at the owl and kind of shake their head, and one grabs its head, and the one that you spoke to, Drake, it responds back.
You run at? Nope. I don't think I've ever.
Drake is talking languages that we don't understand. Drake is on mute.
And the other one that responded to Drake looks at you, Darwin.
Oh, my bad. Damn. Well, since I know in the same language, I'm gonna say, well, yeah. My apologies. I meant, how are you lizard folk doing today? Not people. I didn't mean to offend.
So you two are listening to them croak and whisper and make all these strange guttural noises. All right.
Oh, my languages are not incorrectly.
Did you get that though? In Halfling?
Oh yeah, that one works because it came with my race. My other languages. Is that Elven you guys are speaking?
No, it's draconic.
Mm.
I wouldn't understand it anyways, but oh, there's language. That's where I was missing it.
All right. So Drake, or excuse me, Darla and Cade hears a voice from inside the boathouse yell out in the language that you guys are speaking. This is getting way too complicated, so we're going to have to take this to voice because I'm done typing.
Yeah.
Oh,
The lizard folk in Draconic say to Darwin and Drake, cool. Yes, of course, all are welcome around the river folk huts.
What are
It,
you
it
guys having to eat? I actually heard somebody that sounds like my friend here in your hut. Are you eating that?
Well, as they say to you, as the two lizard folk, or as the one lizard folk that's talking to you says that, because we have several conversations going on at the exact same time. There's a lot of cross talking. Where do you go? There you go. To you, Drake.
Ninja notes everywhere.
Yes, of course. This is the home of the river folk. Come with no aggression, and you will be met the same. By now, you guys have all seen these lizard folk, and underneath, like, they have hand patches of white all over their body, but underneath, they're actually like an emerald green color skin. So they are a different tribe, but they have markings that you would assume makes them like accepted or cool with that tribe that you met.
Yeah? There's no way I missed her.
And then all the crosstalk, there is a very loud and common and gargling, booming voice.
25
Quiet! And the lizard folks kind of turn their heads and step back. And from out of the boathouse, I don't actually have it, so I'm going to use...
Then who said hello in halfling?
Hold on.
Bloated voice coming out of the boathouse right now.
Yep, yelling quiet. So I'm using a water elemental as the token, and let me explain why. What you are looking at coming out of the boathouse is a halfling. In the water, just the face sticking up, and it's all blue and scaly, but above it is formed this water figure of a very large person standing in the water in front of you. And it says out in common,
lions in there or something.
why is everyone talking at once? That gets so distracting and so aggravating. It's a lot of fun. We should do it more, or we should stop now. Okay, no one started talking at the same time, so we must be stopping now. Great! What can we do for you? Wait, what the hell are you?
Them or me or you?
All of you, and those over there, and the big elemental of like kind of pointing towards the caravan. And when you guys kind of look back, everyone's back there looking like, what the hell's going on?
I'm getting tired of chasing you.
We're looking for a bridge. I'm a
bridge.
Darla.
A bridge?
I'm a Darla.
Oh, you're a
A
Darla.
bridge.
A bridge.
I'm a Darla.
You're
a
looking
bridge.
for a Darla bridge. We have no Darla bridges, no bridges at all. Bridges are against the edicts.
What's the edicts?
The edicts.
What are edicts?
They are the decrees. They are what keeps the streams from overflowing. Our benevolent ruler has set forth certain stipulations to make sure the streams of chaos never spill over.
Oh, who's your ruler?
Well, the great King Squishy.
Who's Squishy? Where does he live? Is he in
The
water
great
too?
King Squishy. How dare you befoul the name of the great King Squishy by just calling him Squishy? He is the great King Squishy.
The great King Squishy. The great King Squishy. Where is the great King Squishy? Is he in the water? Do I have to worry about the water? Is the water gonna eat me? Is the great King Squishy gonna squish me?
The streams of chaos are the domain of the great King Squishy. And all creatures of this land who try to travel down into its depths are invaders. But should you seek passage?
It's a good thing we're not of this land.
Say again?
Is it
we don't
once a
wanna
good thing we're
go
not of this
there.
land?
We don't want to go there. Can't beat it.
What did you say, Drake?
So wait a minute. You mean to tell me there's no
You're on mute.
bridges?
No, he's not. I can hear you.
So you mean to tell me that the Great King Squid?
And now everyone's locked up. I don't know if you can hear me. Discord's being Discord again. Hello? Well, for you folks at home. Oh, wait, I think we got it fixed. Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you.
See,
Hello?
Yep.
Okay, are we done being frozen now?
no, I
Saying
hope
it
so.
anymore.
Gotta love
Huh?
Discord. That's why we
No, you
usually
don't.
use other stuff.
I have the munchies. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some edibles.
All right. Well, hey, we're back. It's back. So, take it away, Drake. You mean to tell me?
Am I back? Can you
Yep.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
That was weird. All right, so I forgot where we were at. I got
You were
discombobulated.
saying so you mean to tell me there ain't no.
Bridges to get over to because we want to jump this island and head over to the next one.
Oh, if you seek passage, we can take you amongst the tides. A tithing for the tides, the great King Squishy demands it, and lest your feet not be wet and tainted by the streams of chaos. But that's a lot of you.
Yeah, there's a lot of us. What about all them? What is do you like shinies?
Oh yes, we take precious metals and relics and ingredients used by others for concoctions and creations and adornments.
Fucking money for all this.
How about if I give you one of these gems for all of us? And I pull out of my bag one of the gems.
It kind of just laughs. For all of you, we would have to gather many together. We would demand payments of raw metals. Where do you come from? What coins do you trade?
That's just. How about we just go back to
These
these
gems,
metals you're talking about? Where are these metals you can find? How about we'll just yeah. Let's stay on that subject there, guy. What do you think about that?
Golds
What do
and
you got? Where are
silvers and
these?
platinums, gems and
Oh
ores that
my.
delight.
Okay, then what do we need a price, a monetary, a sum, a number.
I got 20 silver.
You'd have to talk it over. You got to talk to your other business
No,
partners.
give me a second to try to convert. How much does a gold coin weigh?
Oh fuck, I
I
don't
believe
know.
it's 10 to a pound,
10 coins
but
to a pound.
I think.
Never did make it to my fucking place that I was trying to go to.
16 ounces of gold apiece. And triple that for the carts, and double that for the animals. You're muted again.
Anybody write that down? Or some notes. Try to figure this. I don't think we have the capital for it. But he did say something about relics.
What are you creatures? Where do you come from?
Maybe we can trade it a tale. We are the first that it's ever met. What do you think, Darla?
Well, I'm a halfling. They're humans. I don't understand your currency, so I'm just kind of chilling. How much does that equate to, Clayton? Like, how much gold are they asking?
So it's 10 gold to a pound, 10 pounds. Hold on.
Okay, I was way off.
No. You're on.
I
right.
just looked
You're
it
right.
up. It's
It basically came down to 1 gold apiece, right?
I'm 100 gold.
well, according to the book, it's 50 coins a pound.
All right. Well, there's 16 ounces in a pound,
Yes.
so it's a pound of gold each. So if that's 50 gold, then it's 50 gold each.
And then the animals, and then the carts are extra.
Well, yeah.
so
Then
like,
he said 3 times the carts, 2 times the animals.
Yep.
so a cart and a person, one cart and one person is 4 gold. And then if you have 2 horses on that, it's
8.
so it's 4 gold per animal too, right?
2 per animal.
Running down the freaking ring around for never seeing life as a highway.
Someone needs to go to all the carts and find out how much gold they have in each one, because they all have to pay for their own passage. We all
Now, how
have to
many
pay for
people
our
do
own
we have?
passage.
Now that we know what it is,
Can I take a second to
That's out of reach.
say, like, your guys' goal last game when Jason was talking about what to do was to set up some sort of self-sufficient camp. And where you're at, you know that there's a buffer here, being this little house where they say aggression isn't allowed.
Workout this morning.
You got river to the west and cliff to the east. If you go north, you're in a triangle that you could build a decent campsite at.
Things that you have.
Okay, so we don't have to cross to get to where we wanted to go.
oh, I thought we had to cross to get to where we wanted to go.
It,
So did
it
I for
was
some-
Long term, I would think we'd have to, since camp doesn't sound very permanent.
Eventually, we'll have to build a bridge. Yes.
Shit.
Well, how about this? Hang on a second, guys. Let me do something real quick.
And as you guys group off to the side to have your conversation, the halfling retreats back into the house.
You said something about food and drink. I definitely nah, fuck that. Changed my mind.
Why don't we
Yeah,
ask
what-
him?
I'm
Why don't-
hungry.
Why don't we find out what's ahead of us? What territories are where? So that way we know if where we wanted to go is available, or if we're going into somebody's territory.
Can you tell us what to expect up north here if we just keep traveling along the coastline?
One of the lizard folks
Is that how I said it?
kind of steps forward and like, yes, of course. To the north, it's open land. There is an artisan who has spent a long time digging into the cliffside, but we don't concern ourselves with others' business. I heard there was once people who claimed that land as their own, but it has been a long time since we've seen any of them come south.
What'd they look like?
I know your ass
Pointed
can't win.
ears and tanned skin, feathers in their hair.
Fucking elves. Alright. You guys haven't seen them in a while? Like, how long is a while? How many moons?
It has been since last we saw Second Moon. And that just kind of confuses the fuck out of you because in Indui you only ever saw one moon.
Like he's wearing a high. You know what they run like? They run like they have a flat on and high heel.
Well,
on.
you
Second moon. What are you talking about?
You know how they like up and down.
I heard, what are you talking about? What did you say, Cade?
Oh, I said you haven't been to some of the halfling parties then. Only one moon.
Yes, and he points to a spot. If you still have that first map,
Somewhere I do. As long as you haven't unshared it.
no, I haven't.
Okay.
He points to a spot on the farthest west where you see that pool and that island. In the distance where the river flows off, you can almost see a speck of. Wait, no, you're in the daytime. Never mind. He points off in that direction, and he's like, second moon rises every third, and he points to the sky. Every third full moon.
That's weird. Alright. So I haven't seen him in a while, you guys. I think we should be safe. We should just go out there. That means there might even be houses already built for us. Shit, half our work's done.
Okay.
Sounds good to
Well,
me.
here, ask them about that other tribe, and if we want to go back towards the other encampment where Caliph is, just to make sure that not everybody got slaughtered. Are we going to have a problem if people want to come back with us?
How much would
Oh.
it cost us to have you send a group of your people to attack like a certain group of other people? Just curious.
They're said they're peaceful.
We
Here they're peaceful.
we do not bring aggression. Or the lizard folks says the rulers of the streams do not bring aggression upon the land.
But you control it. I'm not wrong.
No, we don't control what happen. They don't control what happens on the land. They simply preserve their own kingdom from aggression.
I see. I get it. Cool.
The streams of chaos are a terrible and powerful force. And without the guidance of the river folk, it would run over and drown all dry land.
Okay. Mm,
It's good to know. You have your faith, good man.
Are they
I
armed? Like, do they have weapons? The
No.
guards?
Nope.
Okay. Fireball. I can. Okay.
Okay, so basically, if we want to go over to the other side again, where we came from, they're not going to attack us. If we go through the marshy area,
They're not going to attack us no matter what. I'm half tempted to set their house on fire and just see what happens if they're just going to stand outside and be like, "Why'd you do that?"
What is it with you and setting things on fire?
especially
Funny
houses,
guy.
why don't you go back to your house?
It's fun.
Set that one on fire. Set your own
I,
house on fire if it's so fun.
I have this sudden urge for just watching things burn. I'm sorry. It's fun.
I just shot him in the butt. Oh, there's a bunch of them.
See,
over
they're
here.
gonna be, we're gonna need to have help to get that thing done that we wanna have done. And if you keep wanting to set people's houses on fire, they're not gonna help us.
Why do they work now?
They'll do what I tell them one day. Oops, I said that out loud.
So, okay, let's keep going north to that one spot and get this shit done so we can go and explore and stop
Yeah.
and stop having to stop and worry about the group and we can do our own thing.
All right.
Real.
So you travel north another hour to where you saw all the ropes and pulleys, right? And as you're approaching, your main focus is on all the ropes and pulleys. And you can actually ride 2x2. I believe you only have like 6 wagons left, if I'm remembering correctly. Um, did I lose everyone? I lost everyone. Nope. Yep, nope, I lost everyone.
Hello?
Fuck, man.
Oh, nope,
Hello?
I can hear you. I did not have to
All right,
leave the room.
everything's frozen for me.
How how exquisite of
Hold
ropes
on.
and
I'm sorry. Real quick, can you redo that? Because like the whole thing froze on me and I did not hear anything after ropes and pulleys.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
everyone shut
neither.
your cameras off. I'm not even going to bother streaming the cameras anymore because Discord is just doing this. And we'll just have our voices. Maybe that'll help make it more stable. Jeff, are you with us?
I'm here.
All right.
Now I don't know who anybody is.
All right. So you're right about an hour's north. As you're approaching, your focus is on the guy who's up there doing the carving. Um, you notice like a smoldering. Not really enough to make plumes of smoke, but there's kind of like a smoldering across the land in front of you. And almost like the remains of a fire that burned the day or two before. Um it's like I said, it's a good chunk of land. I haven't built a map for it yet because I want to give you guys a chance of deciding what you're setting up here. And I want to move us to Unity.
word.
Yeah, because the maps in Unity with line of sight and everything is what we're going to need next. Um, you get closer and you notice the ground. There's a large area where the ground's kind of been cleared. Um, everyone roll me spots, searches, depending on how you're examining this area.
Since I'm riding through on it, I guess that would be a spot.
Drake
New colors still
Longhorn,
not
the
roll for shit.
Oblivious Cowboy. I don't think you've actually hit a spot check yet. No, you caught one earlier. You caught a good one earlier, actually.
It was a silver.
One. I've had one.
Yeah, well, I rolled 50% on my D20, so I mean, not too bad. 14.
Like I rolled the most successful spot that I could possibly roll.
Okay. So, what you can determine is there was some sort of battle here. The ground's kind of been scorched since the battle, and it looks like there are bodies buried all throughout this big field. The artisan who is on the cliff is engraving some runic symbols that don't kind of mean anything to anyone because no one has this language. And there are finely crafted doors that are probably 2 stories high.
What
Oh.
type of being is this carver?
It looks
What
like
kind of creature is he?
it looks like a dwarf, except it like instead of a regular like thick bushy curly hair, it's feathers growing out of the top of his head. And instead of the thick arm hair, his body is kind of covered in feathers.
That's
He has a
usually
feather
this
beard.
town.
He has a feather beard.
Yes.
He used to live here, or he does live here.
Here's the problem, guys. We're on a burial ground, and there was a war that was here. And I don't know how I feel about setting up shop on a burial ground where there's all a bunch of dead bodies buried here.
There was a
Why?
battle just recently. Yeah, I mean,
It feels like home.
I mean, if it was long enough ago, it makes the land very fertile.
I'm gonna lay down and make like dirt angels. I'm at home.
I wonder if he'll tell us what happened.
yeah.
How high up is he?
2 stories is at the top of the doors.
Does he see us, hear us approaching on our mounts? I mean, I'm not trying to be quiet. I'm riding right up.
I mean, we've got an entire cavalry with us with carts and all kinds of shit. So, I mean, you would think you would
Yeah.
hear the stampede.
Quieter of it.
Clayton?
Yeah, sorry, I was typing. Yeah, you guys weren't quiet at all, and when you pull up, like, some of the people are pointing, because, like you had said, yeah, this looks like it'd be a good area, and, the dwarves and the orcs are already taking their cart over somewhere, like, they're done traveling, and they find, like, a decent grouping of those bamboo-ish trees, and go and park by it, like, they're about ready to start setting up shop. The feathered dwarf on Cliffside just kind of ignores everyone. He is so like you can hear just the tiniest of tapping, like he is making this exquisite.
That's weird. This whole place is
Right.
weird.
He's got to keep it legible for when the doctor shows up.
This
Yeah.
place is awesome, man. What are you talking about?
Well, I'm only concerned about the doors that he's making and that there was already a war here and now there's doors in the mountain and they're big doors. So, like, what's coming out of the fucking mountain?
Maybe it's not coming out of the mountain because of that man up there.
Magic burn. I have no idea. Is this a defensible location? Is what I'm looking at.
Yeah, totally. We got water to our back,
100%.
mountain to our side.
I have the first one.
I don't have the big map anymore. You share that
I
one
don't
again, please.
either.
Yep, 1 second.
Yeah, all I got is the house.
1 second.
And where are we?
Yeah, we drop a pin where we're at.
You are at the bottom of that cliffside here. The tree's kind of in the way, but it comes up to a triangle. So, yes, this is a ridiculously well defendable area with the exception of what's behind that door. Yep.
Dum,
That cone is perfect because that's pretty much what you're looking at.
That's what I was trying to get. Yeah.
I'm coming for you now.
You're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah. Oh, I smell what you're stepping in.
I like it.
All right.
Let's
Well,
do this.
there is a door. Just be careful with whatever comes out of the door, because
Abracadabra.
Maybe who says that for us to own this, we got to beat whatever behind that door. So as soon as we say that this is ours, the doors are going to open up. Hey, this is ours. No, doors didn't open up. Well, that theory's shot.
You're okay. I yell up to the man.
Say that again.
Is it okay if we live here?
You hear just tink 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 tink, and as you like wait and wait, it stops and pauses for a minute, and then you hear.
You broke up on me. What'd you say?
As you wait breathlessly for a response, there's a pause in the tinking, and then it starts again. And he holds out his other hand, and you can see him kind of pointing up one large finger as if telling you to wait a moment while he finishes his work.
Dude, it's a dwarf bird. He's going to shit on you.
Did you think he lays eggs?
I bet he does, dude. That definitely deserves it.
20 gold, he lays eggs.
20 gold, hold on. let's see. Well, if he never comes down, how does he eat? This
How do you know he's a me? How do you know he's a he? Maybe it's a she. Or maybe they're asexual and they don't have a sex and they just kind of bird it.
Why are you judging us?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't assume
You're
that
gonna
it's
make
a he.
an ass out of us.
Well, don't assume. We don't know the gender because we don't know what it is.
Well, I gotta ask to find out.
I'm gonna ask it if it lays eggs.
He said one moment. He put his hand up and said a moment. Like, I guess when he's done, he's
Do you lay eggs?
And as you look up at the moment and yell, "Do you lay eggs?" you've noticed he's tucked his tools away and he's pulling pulleys, lowering himself down to the ground.
Oh, we're about to find out if he lays eggs. I bet you they taste good.
He was a spot.
Oh, that's just, okay. No. I'm not eating dwarf eggs, dude.
He was a spot in the distance, and as he comes closer, you notice that he is very much a spot of a dwarf. Very round, very squat. You guys have probably been thinking bird dwarf. Try to think more chicken.
Totally lays fucking eggs.
So like the feathers are hanging off of his arms a little bit, and he gets to the bottom and he looks at the two of you, the two humans, and he's like, "What are you?"
The best. Obviously, nobody knows us, so we are the greatest thing there has ever been.
You're not wrong with that logic, my friend. But we are
your
humans.
creators.
No, we're not. We are humans.
Shut up.
That's a Darla.
We have been sent down to help guide your people into peace and freedom from the lizard folk that have been attacking you and burning your land.
Yeah, who attacked you and burned your land? I do want to know that.
He looks around, he's like, No. This land was retaken by he who once was born here.
I didn't hear a word you said. You broke up on me.
He looks around. He's like, no, this land was retaken by he who was once born here.
Is he behind that door?
He kind of nods his head. Yes, that is where he is entombed with his people to sleep so the visions plague him no more.
What is his name?
Is he dead?
He's asleep. He's not dead, he said. He's entombed with his people.
Yes,
Entombed usually means
entombed
dead.
as in dead. He kind of looks
Well,
at
you
he's
said
like,
he was asleep.
no, never said he was asleep. He kind of looks at he's like, what are you doing on dry land? And where are your fins?
I left him at home.
Looks up at you. What craziness is this? Where do you come from? What brings you to this place? The resting place of Isaac.
We're hoping to start a new land here in this beautiful area.
He looks at the ground and kind of stomps on it a couple times, looks at the wagon. So a new tribe makes Isaac's Peak their home.
We'll guard your monster in the cave.
Oh, he was no monster. He was a great seer. His visions led his tribe to prosper amongst the streams of chaos. But there was a foreboding.
Alright,
The number of votes matter.
yeah.
Say that again, Clyde. Arcade.
I said, why would the number of votes matter?
I like what you think. Yeah, you're a good guy. You should hit my pipe.
I don't even know what you guys said because everything broke up on me again.
Yeah, it's breaking up on me weird here, too.
I'm going to pop out of here for a second, so hopefully I'll catch up.
Dude, the smoke that's rolling off the webcam, that's cool. Yeah.
So,
Hold on, let's just wait for her to drop back in. So he says that Isaac's visions brought prosperity to his people and led them to greatness amongst the streams of chaos, but there was a great foreboding. And that's where we left off.
All right, I'm back. I hope I didn't miss too much.
Nope, I just recapped. He said that Isaac was a visionary. His visions led his tribe to prosperity amongst the streams, and till one day he had to return because of a great foreboding.
And that's when I asked why it would matter how many votes.
Where did the boats come from? Because I missed that.
it was a joke. It was a one-liner for the foreboding.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So,
Okay, so if we were to stay here, are we gonna end up dying? Is Isaac gonna come back?
Sure.
Are the dead bodies that are buried here gonna come to life and try to kill us? Is
No.
this land cursed?
No, this land is blessed. Isaac foresaw a horrible future, a menace that came to his home, a tribe that would bring ruin to the land. So he led his people here and burned them to the ground. And in a final act of sacrifice has entombed himself here so the visions may stop and no more evil may spread. I simply ask that should your tribe stand at Isaac's gate, you remember what he did for this world. And as you're talking, you kind of notice, within the bushy beard and mustache of feathers, instead of lips in there, there's a very wide and flat kind of beak. And roll me nature checks. If you got it.
I got it, but I didn't roll too good.
Shit,
Nature.
that was horrible.
I got no nature.
Daniel, where?
Hit him. Sorry.
If
Sorry.
no one else has got nature, then nobody noticed it.
I don't got nature.
Yeah, there's something magical I can do. Nope. There's not.
We
So
don't plan on
he
staying here
says,
too long.
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, looking at the group around us, then looking at him, I don't plan on making this home. Especially somebody else already done fought and died and set a standard. We do
Sounds like
need to link
whoever
up.
was. It sounds like whoever was here before were not good, weren't good, and that's why they died. But here's my question: who were the people that came here and set up shop? Did they come from the woods?
Yes.
So it was the elves from the woods.
Yes. Strange dagger ears. They attacked and stole my people. They did things to them.
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're dicks. I'm totally not a fan of them.
They're worshippers of that one cult, and that's probably why he came to wipe them out.
He wiped.
Well,
He
my
got
name
'em.
is Barak. And should you ever need an artisan, the river folk can find me. I hope you honor this land and the tale of Isaac and what he has done for the streams. I must be going to my home.
Where's your home, Barack? How can we find you?
Say again, you broke up?
Barack, where's your home? How can we find you?
Ask the river folk. They can find me. They can find anyone.
What's that white thing with
Thank
it?
you,
I'm gonna find it
Barack.
all.
And he kind of turns around and casts a hand up in the air, and you see a couple of glints of light and on some of his rings on his fingers, and all of the ropes and pitons that he had set up around the gate all kind of like come to life and pop out and curl up and roll up, and he puts them in sacks and bags and starts heading towards the river. And when he gets there, you see him pull something out of his pocket and he just throws it into the water, and as it hits the water, it doesn't splash up. It was animate rope on a mass scale. When he throws this object into the water, instead of the splash coming back up, it just leaves a hole. And he kind of jumps into the hole and the water closes over top of him.
That was cool.
Well, I guess we're in the streams of chaos, and
That's some more of that magic stuff, ain't it?
I bet it is. Oh yeah, yeah, it was. Sorry, my bad. I know things like that.
Well, we leave this caravan here and go back to the light post through Narnia and try to find what's going on with the other half of our crew, and if our mortal enemy is following us or has already started scorching the land, or do we just leave him there?
yeah,
How about we just let him do what he does?
no,
like that.
because then there's we gotta get our people that stayed behind and
That
tell
we
them
do
where
gotta
we
do.
went,
Agreed, because we got
and
to try
then
to
we
lead them through.
and then we can and then we can tell them where we went, and then these guys we have to tell they're gonna set up. I guess they're gonna set up shop here, and then I mean, it wouldn't hurt to go find out what's going on over on the other end.
Okay.
That's my opinion of it, but I'm just one in a group. You don't have to do what I say.
I do what I'm told.
So that
We did leave.
triangle that you made, that cone that you made, it takes you about 6 hours to get to that trail that leads back up the cliff. And you know that the people you left behind will get to you one day behind because they just waited for a while and moved forward slowly. So if you want to try to go back for them, you can, or if you want to try to organize this shit, you can. Somebody
I'm
should make
staying.
Did we leave 2 different groups behind?
So bad.
no, just one. Well, I there's some players that have missed today's game, and they're like way behind, but I have a way for them to catch up quickly. Um, but no, you only have the one small group of soldiers making sure that you weren't going to get bum rushed
Like
from behind.
buffalo, dude.
But if somebody wants to make a note, right now you guys got to decide on what are the priorities. You have a small group of people. What are you going to tell them to do? What do you want to build first? Let's get a list of like your top 3 resources to gather and your top 3 buildings to build.
Anybody gonna do that?
Yeah, I want the bones dug up out of the ground. I want a house built. I want some water gathered, and maybe some farmland over there.
You're not paying attention. He just said the people were entombed in there with him.
No, but there's people buried under the ground here. I feel them. Trust me. There's people under here. I want their bones.
Bitch.
Yeah. So we do not have
I
our
probably shouldn't
friend's
do this
miniature
twist.
house, right?
Correct.
I don't think you having a house is not important. The bones, the bodies do need to be moved, so that way we can make like a farmland.
I'll be in charge of that. I'll gather up some of the orcs out there, and well, trust me, they won't care. Yeah,
What we
we'll
do,
take care of it.
what we do need is some kind of mill.
Well, we need food, water, shelter, right?
Exactly. So I'm thinking like some kind of mill. Like the people that can move earth could probably start building and planting. I don't know how good the soil is with the dead bodies under there.
Far away.
But
We're doing it.
at this point it's setting up little farm plots and getting like a granary, like a water mill and
Come on, get out of the fucking trees.
like a public house for people to sleep in comfortably.
And I feel
Well, they got the wagons that they can convert. Everybody's got a mini home right off the rip. They can set up somewhere until we build the. Yeah.
You
Those
could
are my
also
opinions of the 3 buildings that are.
hold on
Yeah.
if I could throw this out there since you brought up the wagons. Looking at the 6 wagons that you got and the materials, you could use those wagons as like several small tents or one large like longhouse. Something to consider as you're talking because you would know that with all your construction.
And then that way we're not already start hacking down trees and doing whatever else.
As you say that, you hear Bruges go, "All right," and heads off with a couple of orcs.
No, Bruges, don't be cutting down no trees yet. Damn it, Bruges. Come back. God, somebody, you know what? Just let him go. Just let him go. Darla, I think you're right though. This water mill. Curious. Everybody keeps talking about these streams of chaos, and we've not actually gone into the water yet, or near the water.
I think though what we need to do is actually talk to the boathouse people first and find out if that's a bad thing because we don't know the laws of this land.
Yep.
And we need to learn the laws of this land before we start hacking down trees and doing all that stuff.
And Bruges is just going to go ahead and do that.
The law of land only matters if we're actually on someone else's land.
Yeah.
We're not. We were already told we're not on anybody's land. That this is that all we need to do to live
So
here
if we claim
peacefully
this,
is
then we set the law of the land.
Yeah. But if Bruges and his moon squad head on down, 4 acres off of what they consider our land, because we don't even know yet, and hacks down some trees and it pisses off some white ape gorilla gargoyles or something. Who frickin' knows over here, man? These people are nuts. This land is nuts. Now, I want to know more about you heading to the south, but I think before we go down that rabbit hole, let's go ahead and break down the wagons, get food, water, and shelter. Darla, that's my say on it. Water will, yep. Darwin, I guess, check to see if we can even use the water. Is it magical? You gonna go look?
Here, take this and calm down.
Okay, fine.
Got it. I'm not. Let me go check it out.
This is good. Thank you. I have no idea, Darla.
Is the water magical? I will cast it.
Alright, where's the aqua ones?
Check your mic. I can hear you talking, but I can't hear anything coming out.
Thank you. Sorry. So you cast detect magic as you're looking at the water, a couple steps back at first, and you see a glow coming up, but it's not coming from the water itself. And as you approach the shore, once you get about 15 feet down, it's just blinding. It is a blinding light in every direction.
Want you. Want the white one.
Yeah, if you're that's what you're relaying back to us. Well,
I'm jumping in.
Get some.
15
Okay.
feet. What do I need to roll? Constitution?
You're
What do I
trying
mean?
to you're
Oh, yeah.
trying to swim 15 feet down.
That's not too bad.
Roll me
Swim
an
check.
arcane.
Okay, yeah. Let me do that first. Thank you. Or, yeah, arcane. Here you go, girlfriend.
There you are.
You feel like if you were to come into contact with the radius of this magic, as intense as it is, it could potentially kill you. It could vaporize you. You've seen this kind of glow through, like, some of the most destructive magic the old masters used to use.
Drake, you should dive down there and grab me some of that.
All right, I run in and dive in and grab it.
Roll me a jump or a swim if that's really what you're gonna do.
Because I don't know that.
Yeah.
Got to give me some of that water.
You drown before you even reach the radius.
Right.
No.
So I'm assuming you take your armor off before you just jump in the water.
Nope, I don't. Because my armor is light. I don't get a check penalty. And I'm not over my weight limit for an encumbrance penalty.
All right. Well, you get in the water and you try to swim down 15 feet, and you lose air and you swim back up. You can't get down past that. You can't get down to that 15-foot mark. You got about 12. Being in the water, it is incredibly salty. And like there's currents of really cold water, really hot water, and they seem to be moving in both directions. So you're not really rushing down the river like a current would carry you away because you're kind of getting pushed back to where you were. So this river is flowing in both directions in pockets. And it almost feels like the different currents are like ribbons of, I don't know if you could imagine like a tentacle moving past you, but never actually ending. You think about what you know of the earth and how things work in nature and mountains and waterfalls, and yeah, you could see it. This makes sense. There's got to be like chasms of hot air underneath, like
Magma Springs and then the cold north. Yeah, this is just weird.
yep.
Somehow it's going to make sense. All right, I pulled myself out of the stream.
Yeah, but
Water will
you
might
can't
be.
get down far enough, and from what you know of salt water, the farther down, the denser it gets. So you feel like there's no way in hell you could swim that far down.
That's why you didn't make it in the army.
Oh, I'm going to go over there and kick him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that puts us at our next hour and a half mark. We can take a break, or we can call it a light game because there was so many people missing, and come back at it where you have taken some time, established this camp, and you're ready to move out and explore this insane world. How do you guys want to do it?
Across this fucking road.
I go to sleep.
Either way.
What?
Anybody else?
Do you want to keep?
Can't hear anybody, so I don't know what the votes are.
Yeah, we're having so many technical issues tonight with this Discord and all that. Why don't we just call it? If you guys can still hear me, we're just going to say a quick goodbye. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, social media, all that jazz. DM Jeff, you got a game not this Monday coming up, but next. Josh, you got a game. Is it this Saturday or the Saturday after this one?
The Saturday after. Oh, hold on, I got something else.
Oh, you got something else? All right.
Yep. When you're done.
All right, yeah, so go ahead. No, just go ahead. I was just trying to do quick because we're having all this technical bullshit, but go right ahead, man.
All right, real fast. Just so everybody knows, we have 2 new things dropped on the DMs Guild. One's for Fantasy Grounds Unity, one's for PDF. Play for face-to-face. You can play it over virtually with the PDF. Line of sight's done on the Fantasy Grounds one. It's got parcels, it's got items, it's got encounter set up, ready to go, and it's free. You can check them out on the DMs Guild. Look for Bloodbath and the Handyman's Mishap. And watch out because we have at least 3 or 4 more planned.
Cracking away at
Thank
it.
you, Clayton.
Awesome.
Yeah, good game, Clayton.
Yeah, sorry it was so sporadic. It's really hard when the people that are missing were like major players and things. So, and then bringing in a new character, it was like, what the fuck direction do I take this?
Oh yeah. Feel your pain, brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is going to be interesting with my character.
Well, by next game, I hope to have this all moved to Unity because I did do everything behind those doors and a couple of other things, but they only work with the line of sight. They just did not work right. There was no way of doing it the way I had wanted to do it without transferring everything over to Unity.
Cool deal.
So thanks for playing, guys, and thanks for watching. Catch us
Good
in
night,
2
y'all.
weeks. Catch all the other ones.
Bye,
All right. Say
bye
goodnight, everyone.
everybody. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Bye, guys.